Hello grade 10s, welcome back to another video. So I am still doing the November 2018 mathematics paper 1 for grade 10. We have this question 3. We have a linear pattern. So the first term in this pattern is 20, the second one is 17, the third one is 14, and so forth. So let's try to find the first constant difference. For you to know that a pattern is linear, if perhaps you're in grade 11 and you're trying to catch up on your grade 10 patterns, because grade 11s also do linear patterns, is that the first difference is linear. The second constant difference, that is a quadratic. So let's start. Term 1 is 20, term 2 is 17, term 3 is 14. Now this one means the last term of this linear pattern is negative 104. So this pattern, the numbers keep going down. Now for you to get the difference, you say term 2 minus term 1 and term 3 minus term 2. So term 2 is 17, term 1 is 20, term 3 is 14, term 2 is 17. Now let's get the difference. Let's say 17 minus 20, that is a negative 3. And then we'll say 14 minus 17, and that is also a negative 3. So our constant difference here is negative 3. So what we are going to do, this negative, so what we are going to do is we have to find the fourth term of the pattern. Now for us to find the fourth term of the pattern, we are going to say 14 minus 3. So when you say 14 minus 3, you will get 11. So 3.1, we write it, we say 14 minus 3 will get 11, right? So term 4 equals to 11. So when we are told to determine the expression of the nth term, is that they are telling us to look for the nth term. Now the general formula is Tn equals to A plus n minus 1 into D, right? So this is the formula for the nth term. And D equals to common difference A equals to the first term in the sequence. So that's that's what the A would represent. So now here we are asked to calculate the nth term. So Tn equals to the first term of the sequence is 20 plus n minus 1 into negative 3. So Tn will equals to 20 plus, so you take this 3, multiply it by this bracket, okay? You will say negative 3 times n and negative 3 times negative 1. All right, so when you say negative 3 times n, is going to affect this sign, so that will be a negative 3n. But this negative 1 times this negative 3 will turn this into a positive 3. So Tn will equals 20. We look at the like terms, 20 plus 3, that will give us 3 minus 3n. So this is the formula for the nth term. We'll say Tn equals to 3n, negative 3n. You can say negative 3n plus 23. You can still write it like this, but even if it's like this, there's still nothing wrong. So 3.3 say calculate the number of terms in the sequence. So n, this n represents the number, right? Or the number of number of terms in the sequence. So we'll find that by n. N will tell us the number of terms in the sequence. So what we'll do is that we have to know how many terms are in this linear pattern, but we have the last number. So the last number will represent Tn, right? N is the number of terms. Tn is that that number is the n will represent the position. So the position of the last number will determine how many number of terms we have in that. So this Tn represent the exact number that is representing that position. So we will say Tn equals to 23 minus 3n, right? We'll replace Tn by negative 103 equals to 23 minus 3n, right? So we'll take negative 103. This will go this side because we're solving for n, and that will be minus 23. That will equals to negative 3n. So in your calculator, you say 103 minus 23. That gives us 80. That gives us 80 equals to negative 3n. I didn't put the negative because that 3n is negative. So that is negative 126 equals to negative 3n. So we need n. We will divide by negative 3 on both sides. And then negative 126 divided by 3 will give us 42 equals to n. Therefore, n equals to 42. So we have solved that part. Yes. Which term is the first to have a negative value? So you see this will go down. You can do that into a calculator and see when you're minusing 333, which term will you find, which one will be the first term that will be equals to this is term 1, term 2, term 3. So when you're going like that, in minusing 0, which term will first have the negative number? That's what we are looking for. So that one, which means Tn will be less than 0, 3.4. So Tn has to be while the negatives are less than 0. So here, this just represents that Tn is less than 0, or Tn is greater when we do it that side. So Tn is less than 0 here. So we'll just do an inequality. So it will be 3n plus 23 is less than 0. So negative 3n this side, and then this will be negative 23 this side. This will be 3 and negative 23. So we'll divide by negative 3, by negative 3. So this 3 will cancel this one. Then we'll say negative 23 divided by 3, and that will give us negative 7,8. So you cannot have a negative position. That will n will be equals to 8. So term 8 is less than 0. That's what that means. And then 3.5 say, what is the value of the 19th even value term in the sequence. All right, so we are looking for the value of the 19th term. What is the value of the 19th even value term in the sequence? So we have here 3.5. Tn equals to negative 3n plus 23. So we are looking for the 19th, that negative 3 into 19 plus 23. You put that into your calculator. Negative 3, 19 plus 23, and that will give us negative 34. Now let's do question 4. Samantha is investigating a pattern of dots represented in the diagram. Now we have a pattern here. There's one box. Here there's 2 and 1 box. There are 3 boxes. Right? So number of pattern number is pattern number 1, 2, and 3. And number of dots, 1 squared equals to 1. So 1 plus 1, 2, 3 equals to 4. 1 plus 1, 2, 3. 1 plus 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is 9. So we are moving from 1 dot to 4 dots to 9 dots. So what we are asked to calculate is write down the number of dots in the 4th term. And then again, the number of dots in the 13th term. That's what is required. Also, and a formula for the number of dots in the nth pattern. So we have to start looking for the number of, so this is 1 to the power of 2. Here we have 2 to the power of 2, 3 to the power of 2, which means the 4th pattern, which is 4.1, will have 4 to the power of 2, which means that will be 16 dots. Now 4.2, the number of dots in the 13th pattern. So that, you see, this is number 1, number 2, number 3, and this one is number 4 that we just did. So we will just say 13 squared. That will give us the number of dots there. 169. So that is 4.2. For 4.3, we are asked to calculate the formula for the nth term. So we have to see what is the common difference. So it's 1, it's 4, it's 9. 9 minus 4. 9 minus 4, it's 5. 4 minus 1. All right, so here we have 16. So let's say 16 minus 9, that's 7. And 9 minus 4 is 5. 4 minus 1 is 3, right? So 7 minus 5, it's 2. 5 minus 3 is 2. Here we are. So the second common difference is a 2. All right, so what we are gonna do here, we will still use this formula. Tn equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. So Tn equals, the first number is 1 plus n minus 1, and here we have difference as 2. So Tn equals to 1. 2 times n, that's plus 2n. Negative 1 times 1, that's negative 2. So when Tn equals to 2n, then you'll say 1 minus 2, that's negative 1. Here we have the nth term. Now we can calculate a formula for the nth term pattern. Okay, that is one. Oh, this is for 4.2. This is for this one. So here we're just asking the formula for the nth term. The formula for the nth term on this is that Tn equals to n squared. You just take the number of the term and square it, right? So this is the formula for the nth term for this pattern, because you just take the position. This is the position, is number 1, we square it. This is number 2, we square it. This is number 3, we square it. So that is the formula for the nth term of this sequence, which is 1 mark. And then here we hence or otherwise calculate the value of 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 0 until 44. So we are calculating the total of this sequence. So we have, this is the formula for the nth term, and now it ends at 43. So we will say 43 here equals to 2n minus 1, and then we'll have 43 plus 1 equals to 2n. This is negative when it comes this side. This is negative when it comes this side, it becomes positive. That will be 44. 2n, 34 equals to 2n divided by 2. 44 divided by 2, that will be 22 equals to n. So the total will be 22, n squared equals to 22 squared. So that will be 484, because when you say 22 squared, you have 484. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. I hope you find it informative and it will help you in your exams. I hope you enjoyed doing patterns for grade 10. Without wasting any more of your time, guys, thank you and God bless.